Hello, and welcome back to the Scale SaaS Podcast, the show where we bring on leaders who aren't just building companies, they're building the future of how money moves across borders. Today, I'm joined by someone who is reshaping global payments from the ground up, especially for the Middle East, Europe, and Africa and Asia. She is the CEO of Altery, a fast-growing borderless financial platform helping both consumers and businesses move money across the world instantly and without the old school banking friction. Her vision to make global payments as simple as sending a WhatsApp message. Hanan, welcome to the show.
Welcome. Thank you, Ali. Thank you so much. Pleasure to be with you.
Okay, let's start with the biggest one. What is the biggest myth people have about global payments? Something that stops both consumers and businesses from scaling internationally?
Well, honestly, I think the biggest myth is the global payments are naturally slow and complicated, right? This is what the myth is, but it's not true. The money can move almost instantly. It's the legacy about the system and the outdated rules and the lack of transparency and the infrastructure, the old infrastructure that create the frictions, right? I think with modern fintechs infrastructure, the whole experience will become very simple, smooth, and the business and consumer can scale easily.
You're very optimistic, yeah? Okay.
Yes.
So I would like to know, was there a moment in your career when you realize, hey, global payments are way bigger and more complex than most people think? Would you like to share the story?
Oh, yes. I remember back in the days, I'm trying to send a simple cross-border payment. Then, of course, I got stuck in compliance and the queue and those intermediaries, etc. So, and then I always thought it should be a faster transaction, right? And it shouldn't take much longer. But this is when it hit me. It's the complexity of behind the scene, right? So the process and the intermediaries and everything else. And this is when it rings the bell, right? And I think the entire industry needs a major rethink of how that process can be faster.
The whole system needs to reset. I fully agree.
Yeah.
Okay, so Altery, it serves both individual and businesses. And the demand for multi-currency account is exploding everywhere. We are seeing this across Europe, the GCC, Africa, Asia, almost simultaneously. So what do you think? What's driving this global shift? It's the lifestyle, remote work, e-commerce, investment, what it is?
It is everything you've said, right? So honestly, it is pretty simple. The world is changing, right? And it's getting really, really small now. And whether you're a remote worker or you're a freelancer or you're a business, you're selling globally or dealing with a global supplier, etc., you need to manage multi-currency accounts, right? So you need to move the money easily. And the issue is the many traditional process can be slower, can be cost comparing to the digital solution as we speak. So what does driving the demand is the new lifestyle, I would say, the business model and the fintech as well also played a big role with reshaping this.
So there are a lot of nomads now, a lot of freelancers everywhere in the world, a lot of small businesses driving traffic. So now let's talk about the company you're building. Altery is scaling across both B2C and B2B segments. As a CEO, how are you growing the company? Which channels, partnership, or strategies have been most effective? Because other SaaS founders can learn from you.
Well, I would say for us, it's really about understanding the consumer and the business behavior. They behave differently, right? So if you come to B2C growth, for example, the growth often comes within the digital platforms and communities, right? And expats, remote worker, freelancer, people who genuinely needs borderless money. But then when a payroll platform or a marketplace integrates to Altry, suddenly what they see is hundreds of thousands of businesses get across a faster global payments with us. And this is what a digital solution can do for any businesses.
So basically, you remove all the frictions. You
Yes,
you make it as
smoothly.
easy. You make it as easy as sending the WhatsApp message.
This is what fintech should be doing. That's one of
Okay.
the advantages, right?
Yes. So you're expanding into markets that are very different, the Middle East, Asia, and Africa. What's one thing nobody wants you about when entering multi-country financial markets?
See, well, the biggest surprise is that regulation does not mean to be the same everywhere. You might think you're compliant because your framework works very well in Europe, for example, or in USA. But when you come to the Middle East or Africa, then this is where the surprise starts, right? And then the exact requirement is not needed or is even different to
Mm,
where you need to meet the compliance and the regulatory locally. Yeah. So
mm,
I think the small difference here is it's not about the take Isla. It's what makes the global scaling hard is you need the local people. You need the local people on ground who understand the markets, who understand how to position you among the competitor, and then do the things on the local way, not on the global way. Because I don't think the global strategy works in every single local market as well. It has to be combined of both strategies.
right. So no businesses can flourish here until and unless they gain
Yeah,
extensive local regulatory knowledge base.
100%, 100%. And then after even you become a regulated entity or follow the regulation, the people who's going to execute that strategy in the market has to also understand the market and should be done on the local way, right?
Right.
Combined with the global approach.
Right. Okay. So here's an interesting one. Altery helps users with everything. I look at your website, spending, transfers, foreign exchange, global business payments. From your experience, what are some underrated growth levers inside a payment platform that most founders overlook?
Um, I would say most founders chase acquisitions, right? But the real growth comes from the inside the product, right? Product experience, UI, UX is a key success factor here, right? So as such as the automation, integration with workflows can also support the user engagement. These little workflow that improves helps in improvement. And in my opinion, it drives retention and brand engagement and loyalty with the user more than an ad campaign. Yeah, I would really advise them to focus on the product and the user experience
Right.
and the user
Uh,
engagement.
that's very important. I cannot agree more. So let's bring this to life. Can you share a success story, maybe a business client or an individual where Alltray solved a real global payment problem, and their life changed?
Yeah. Well, you know, we have worked with multi-businesses, manage multi-currencies payments, who faced, of course, challenges with timing and cost and everything that we've discussed earlier. So I think using a digital solution, this is where enable them to streamline their process and improve predictability. This is where you see the impact, and it's not the payment that is stopping them to grow. It is the processes that's
Right,
stopping them to
right,
grow.
right,
Yeah. So if we fix the process, that will enable them to grow.
right.
That's for
Okay,
sure for all our clients. Yeah.
that's very clear.
Yeah.
Okay. And you lead teams across different cultures and region, UAE, Africa, Asia, and you are a renowned leader. So what's one leadership lesson that shaped how you build and scale teams? What is the hardest part, perhaps, of leading a global organization?
Yeah. I would I would say the one lesson that I've learned is one side does not fit all, right?
Okay.
So you need to share the vision. True. You need to have a clear vision with the team, but let them figure out how they want to implement that in their own context, right? So the balance between the global alignment and the local autonomy has been a key scaling factor for us at Altry. So, and this is where I advise all leaders who manage global companies, give the team a clear vision, but also empower them to do to do the task in their own way. No need to micromanage. Empower the team.
Right. Okay, and for someone expanding into this competitive market, what are the most important things to focus on when building a scalable, future-proof global payment system?
Honestly, a lot of founder think that the global expansion is just about tech, right?
Mm,
But the real challenges are the regulatory and compliance,
mm,
one, two, reliable infrastructure,
mm,
two, and then three would be making payment easy for the user, whatever they
mm.
are. Yeah, so they have to offer them multiple options to ease the process of the payment. So if you get the three rights, I think your platform can scale smoothly across the board, across the globe.
Very
So that's my
simple.
advice.
You're
Yeah.
describing complex technologies and processes in a very simple way. And I really like it. Um, so, and you're expanding into B2B business banking, cards, Steam payment, API payments as well, and multi-currency business accounts. From your perspective, which trends will reshape global payments in the next 3 years? Anything shocking coming in the next 3 years?
Not shocking, it already exists, but I think embedded financing is going to be huge.
Right.
Payments will just appear wherever business need them, and you will see a smarter multi-currencies tools, automated payouts, better transparency, and open APIs that will let softwares, platforms handle money with least frictions. From whatever I see, over time, global payments will completely be seamless for businesses and individuals. And this is happening.
Right. So that's the future
Yeah,
landscape about money transfer.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Hmm. Okay. So Hanan, this has been incredibly insightful. I really enjoyed the discussion, and I know you have been very busy, but I really appreciate that you find time for this podcast. So if listeners want to follow your work or connect with you, what is the best way? Are you active on LinkedIn or any other social media?
Yeah. So honestly, LinkedIn is the good place. I post my thoughts on fintech and payments there. I make sure that I try to reply every single message that I receive. It's a bit tricky and hard, but out of respect, I try to do that. Otherwise, Altery.com has the contact form for anyone who wants to connect with us, whether it's about partnership, their B2B solution, or chat about global payments in general. We're happy to explore.
Right. Okay. Amazing. Once again, thank you for joining us. And to everyone listening, make sure to follow Hanan and check out Altery webpage. This is one company that's going to reshape how the world moves money. And I really appreciate your presence and your time. It was insightful discussion, Hanan.
Thank you, Ali. Same here.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And to our
Bye-bye.
listener, see you in the next episode.